Welcome back. For this segment, we're going to be covering master meters and irrigation. In section 41 is the first of the master meters. It's asking whether or not you have an electric master meter serving the property. A master meter meters the entire site or a building or a group of apartment units. So the key thing here is a electric meter that measures for more than one apartment or dwelling unit or an entire building that encompasses, or even the entire site. So if your site has electric meters for each of the apartment units, your answer here would be no. But if you covered multiple apartment units or buildings with a single meter, you'd indicate yes. Now if you answered yes here, we'd want to know what the meter number is, or multiple meter numbers, and does the property use what's referred to as RUBS, Ratio Utility Billing System, meaning that if L1SEA's paying the electric bill, does it actually get divvied up through a formula of some type, or does a third-party vendor actually do this for you and actually bill the residents for that electricity? So if you're aware that this takes place and on your master meter utility bills, indicate yes. If you know it doesn't take place, put no. If you're not sure, just put I don't know. The rest of these master meters are very similar with respect to the word master and how it serves more than one residential dwelling unit or the entire site or so forth. So if you have a gas master meter for section 43, you'd answer yes, otherwise you go to section 45. If you do have a master meter, we want to know the number of it and whether or not that gas meter is rubbed. So does a RUBS allocation to the residents take place? If you're not sure, just put I don't know. Same questions for the water master meter. Do you have one water meter or multiple master water meters serving multiple, a master meter being serving multiple residential units or buildings or the entire site? Answer yes, otherwise answer no and go to 47. If you answer yes, indicate the actual meter number and whether RUBS is applied to the water meter. The sewer master meter is not a very common situation, but we put it in just in case. This is the measurement of your wastewater through a metering system, and not a very common situation. So if you do know you have it, then indicate yes, otherwise put no and go to section 49. If you answer yes, indicate the meter number and whether or not that is rubbed based on that meter indication. Section 49 is about irrigation. Does your property have irrigation or automatic sprinkler systems? Answer yes. If you answer no, go to 51. If you answer yes, continue to section 50. Does the irrigation system have an ET controller? An ET controller is a weather forecasting controller using the weather data that's at your local sites or the sites around you. Usually has a cell connection or a wireless connection or tied to the telephone, sometimes even to a network. But if these are not very common, but we're asking if you do or don't have an ET, which is referred to as an evaporative thermal control. It's a weather forecasting control. Most of the times that would be no. Very rare do you have them, but we're curious. Is there an irrigation deduct meter? So this is a meter after the main meter for water that is actually right at the point where the irrigation breaks off from the main domestic water. There's a city meter. That's what a deduct meter is if you have it. It's a city read and monitored meter that actually measures the actual amount of water used for irrigation. Most of the time this is because there's a different rate for irrigation water rather than the potable water that you use in your building for the other domestic uses. So you indicate yes or no. If you do have an irrigation meter, sometimes you have multiple zones, so we provided 4, but indicate what that meter number is. And that's the last section for the master meter and irrigation section. The next segment will be on lighting, both interior, exterior, and building mounted lighting. See you then.